So I want to talk about a movie that's coming out this weekend because I don't know if I want to see it. What's up guys, I'm jacobtsuggs and welcome back to another video. And today is going to be kind of a different kind of video. I just sort of want to rant and vent about reboots and remakes and all that kind of stuff. Because The Mummy's coming out this weekend and I probably will not see it. And even if I do end up seeing this movie, I don't know if I'm going to like it because from what I've seen from the trailers, I don't know if I'm going to enjoy that. I mean, I might, and if I do go see the movie, there's a chance that I might like the movie. I walk into every movie, like I've said before, giving it a chance. That being said, I don't know how many more chances I can give to remakes and reboots and stuff like that. And although I don't basically judge a film from its Rotten Tomatoes score, The Mummy's sitting at like a 20-something% right now, which is typically not very good. Jacob, Batman vs. Superman had a 26% and you loved that movie, so shut up. Well, you're right, Batman vs. Superman did have a 26%, and yeah, I did love that movie. And basically, after reading some reviews, the movie just seems kind of meh. Maybe that's what they should have called it. The meh-me. Or better yet, why don't we just call it the me-me, since Tom Cruise's Scream. I'm just really tired of reboots, and I'm sick and tired of studios just taking nostalgia and putting a budget to that just for the sake of making a ton of money and not focusing on what made those movies so great to begin with. I mean, like, you have one good reboot, but that's also 1 in every 10, so the other 9 are either dull, boring, uninteresting, or just basically awful. And to me, it ultimately always comes back to one simple question. Why does this need to be remade? Does it need to be remade? And if so, why are we telling this old story and introducing this old story back into a modern audience that might be aware of the older story? If there's a solid reason, like for Kong Skull Island focusing on the island aspect of King Kong rather than him just going back to New York City and doing all that jazz over again, by all means, go for it. That's really creative and really original, and I love that movie for those reasons. But if you don't have a creative, original take on a story, and your main thing is, well, we're gonna set it in modern day, I don't know how much that justifies it. And in the case of The Mummy, it's not necessarily to reintroduce the story of The Mummy to a modern audience, it's to focus on Dark Universe and setting up Universal's new monster movie cinematic universe that nobody asked for. But they're making it anyway. Because money. Okay, sure, the Universal monster movies did have a shared universe back in like the 30s and 20s and 40s, but they also made each film stand on its own, and you wouldn't have known that they were all connected if nobody had told you that. It just feels pointless and forced to make another cinematic universe based on the first ever one and just shove all these characters together and try to set up all this stuff when you need to focus on making a good film first and foremost. The thing is, if you're making a film in a shared universe, each film has to stand on its own, or at least the majority have to. What people are forgetting when they're trying to make the next big cinematic universe and the next big thing and trying to basically copy Marvel is the fact that Marvel had to earn its success. Marvel basically took this universe and built it from the ground up. The problem is, studios want to go ahead and start with their biggest guns and not wait to build up to that. Jacob just hated on Batman v Superman without even acknowledging it. But also, let's face it, you were gonna go see a movie called Batman v Superman regardless. But let me ask you this. Would you go see a movie called Frankenstein versus the Wolfman? Probably not. The thing is with reboots, and specifically with like the cinematic universe starters like The Mummy, they're trying to balance out making a new reboot that can reach a modern audience and setting up this really big cinematic world. But the problem is the majority that try to do this fail. I just don't think anybody asked for this dark universe or these reboots because we're familiar with these stories. And they're not doing anything creative with the stories. They're just saying, let's put it in modern day and see what happens. Fact of the matter is, and my main point is, don't linger too far away from what made your film so great to begin with. Otherwise, you get The Mummy dead on arrival. See what I did there? I did a cool pun. I know you liked it. Thanks. Big thumbs up. I don't know if I'm going to go see this movie, but I do know one thing. If you want a fun, entertaining mummy movie, just watch the 1990s one. Heck, even watch The Mummy Returns, because that's not a bad movie. I just want to end with, don't reboot something for the sake of rebooting something. Come up with a really clever idea, or think about how you could do this in a different way than you did before. Don't just try to copy everybody else's success. Try to build up your own. Because I think that speaks more volumes than trying to copy somebody else's. In life, and in movies. And as always, I'm FrameByFrame. Remember the name. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.